In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a one-page Word document of your Cold War event. So we're going to start by opening up a Microsoft Word document, a blank document. When that comes up, I've already done all my research and I put all that research onto a different Word document, and I'm going to go ahead and cut and paste that information onto my new Word document to be able to format it and stuff. So I'm going to go to my original Word and I'm going to cut this title by hitting Control X. You can see it disappears off the paper. I'm going to go to my new Word document and I'm going to hit Control V and paste it on there. So this is the title of my one-page document. I want it to be bold and I want it to be centered. And then I'm also going to make it bigger. So if you go up here to where your font and your font size is, up in the toolbar, I'm going to go ahead and make this, say, 18 font size so that I can see it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit enter and add my text. I'm going to go back to my first Word document. I'm going to highlight and I'm going to hit Control X again and cut that out. I'm going to go back and I'm going to hit Control V to paste it back in. So now all of my titles there, I've got all my facts, and now I want to add pictures. And so you've got to remember we got to keep this at a page, so we're going to format the pictures so that they kind of blend in with the text. So I'm going to go back to my original document. I'm going to take this first picture here. I'm going to hit Control X, go back to the document I'm working on, and I want this to be underneath, this picture to be underneath the title. So I'm going to have a space there between the title and the facts. I'm going to hit Control V again, and that picture is going to pop up. I don't want it to be any bigger than this, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep that picture there. So now I want to add 2 more pictures in my document. So I'm going to go ahead and go back. I'm going to click on the next picture that I want, Control X. And then I want to paste that picture right here next to this one. And I'm going to go ahead and Control V. So I actually think that these 2 pictures look very good here. So I'm going to keep those 2 up there. Now I want to make sure that I add 2 pictures down at the bottom. So I'm going to go back. So I'm going to take my next picture. I'm going to cut that out. Go back to my original or my Word document, and I'm going to make sure that my cursor is at the end of the last bullet here. I'm going to paste it in, and you can see that it actually moved it down to a second page. I want to keep it up at 1 page. So I'm going to go up to Page Layout up in the toolbar. I want to actually make my margins a little bit bigger so that I have more room to work on that page. So I'm going to click on Margins, and I'm going to find the littlest margin that there is up here without having to go to Custom. So I can see that that's 0.5 all the way around. So I'm going to click on that, and you can see that it makes your text a little lighter. So this looks pretty awkward, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that picture. I'm going to go to Wrap Text up here in the toolbar, and I'm going to ask that picture to go in front of the text. And so this actually allows you to move the picture around your paper without it messing up any of the words. So I'm going to keep the picture on just right underneath this bullet. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it down here. And I'm going to keep it the same size that it is because I have 1 more picture that I want to add. So I'm going to go back and grab that last picture. I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to paste it in. And then I'm going to format this picture the same way that I had formatted the last one. So make sure that it's highlighted. Go up to Wrap Text. I'm going to have it go in front of the text. And then I'm going to pull it down next to the picture that I just recently put in there. So I'm going to place it. This time I'm going to make it a little bit bigger just so that it matches kind of up with the margins of the other one. I'm going to make sure that they're centered. And I am pretty satisfied with how my one-page document looks. So I'm going to go ahead and save this document by going up to File, Save As, and I'm just going to save it to my desktop titled Cuban Missile Crisis, and I'm going to go ahead and click Save here. A QR code stands for a quick response code, which is just a fancy word for a barcode. People use QR codes today to send viewers to web pages, to blogs, to different pictures. I've also seen QR codes linked to logins to Wi-Fi. Usually a QR code is scanned by a mobile device like a smartphone. Today we're going to create a QR code of our Cold War Word documents to display on our Cold War timeline. So we're going to go ahead and go to an internet browser. I'm going to just go to my Google Chrome. In the URL, I'm going to type in tagmydoc.com. And tagmydoc.com allows you to upload a Word document into their program to create a QR code. So I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. Once you get to the Tag My Doc homepage, usually they like you to sign up, but this program is pretty cool because you can create a QR code that lasts for about 14 days without having to log in. So we're going to go ahead and try it out. So here they're telling us to drag the document over this big blue box here. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize my screen. And my document is saved here on my desktop, so I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to drag it over the top of the blue document here on the screen. So it's going to take me to a new page. Here they're asking you to create an account, but like you can see here, it says this document will expire in 14 days, so that's enough time for our project. So we're going to go ahead and skip this step. So when you come to this page, you can see that your document is titled right up here. And I want to download it so that I can get the QR code out of it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on download. So it has started to download down here at the bottom. So once it is finished, I'm going to open it up and it brings up my document. And if you can see up here at the top, it has indicated that this document had been tagged. And if you scroll down towards the bottom, you can see that it created a scan or a QR code. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight it. It's very similar to a picture. I'm going to hit Control X and copy it. I'm going to go to File up in the toolbar. I'm going to click on New, and I'm going to open up a new Word document. So here I'm going to hit Control V and paste the tag or the QR code back onto this Word document. So once I've highlighted it, I'm going to go up to the toolbar. I'm going to click on Format. I'm going to wrap text to in front so that I can take and move the document to where I want it to be. So again, I want to make sure that my QR code is titled. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to hit Control V and I'm going to copy the title of my document. I'm going to go back to my QR code. I'm going to hit Control V and I'm going to paste my title back onto this Word document. So I'm going to pull my QR code into the position that I want it at. Delete that one out of there. And I'm going to make sure that my box, I'm using the big box because you'll notice here that you can actually pull this original QR code out as well. So So I'm going to highlight my big box and I'm going to pull down on a corner and I'm going to make it bigger. Now you want to make sure that you don't manipulate this QR code too much because it'll skew it and it won't be able to scan. So you don't want to mess up the pixels here in the QR code. So I'm going to make it big enough to display by just pulling the corners and then centering it. And then once I'm satisfied with that, I'm going to go ahead and File, Save As. And it is saved as Cuban Missile Crisis. I'm actually going to just put QR code here at the end of it so I know which one it is. I'm going to save it to my desktop. And then I'm going to go ahead and print by going up to File, clicking on Print, making sure that I print it to the right computer or right printer, and then I'm going to hit Print. And you can see here that you have created your QR code. Now we're going to scan the QR codes that we all created from the iPad. So locate the Scan app on your iPad and click on it and open it up. You'll notice that when the scan comes up, it'll have the square boxes, and you want to make sure that your QR code ends up in between the square. So we're going to go ahead and locate a QR code to scan. You'll just put the square right over the top of the QR code, and you notice that it actually scans it pretty fast. When you're ready to view, you're going to click the blue View button on Tag My Doc. And once you've clicked on that, it'll pull up the document. So you can see there that the Cuban Missile Crisis document we created earlier pulls up. So now this is your opportunity to take the notes that you need to take on that particular event. So we're going to go back to the main screen to scan some more QR codes. You can actually, if you swipe your finger to the left, you'll notice that it brings up the history. And you can see all the scans that you actually made. So you're able to go back and view some of your previous documents. So you can click on the Bay of Pigs, you hit View again, and it pulls up the document that was created on the Bay of Pigs. And you can continue to do this throughout all the other documents that you scan into the program. So now here's your opportunity to take your iPad and walk around the room, walk around the timeline, and scan the remainder of your QR codes. Make sure you take notes and place those notes into your graphic organizer.